What's going on, YouTube? Heylow here, bringing you an all-new Total Warhammer 2 1v1 matchup. I know it's been a little while, but I promise I'm coming back. So we're going to start off today with WickD versus Felkon, two of my fellow XMT clanmates, and WickD over here is going to be playing High Elves. So his army today is going to consist of a front line of 5 spearmen, with a core of 2 units of Sisters of Averlorn and a Lothern Sea Guard. His backline is going to be 3 units of Silver Helms, and then in the air he is going to have 2 Flamespire Phoenixes. On the ground, his lord is going to be Tiq'Taq'Teclis, who is going to be rocking Net of Amantok, Chain Lightning, and Enfeebling Foe. So switching it off a bit from the Ilario play, like most people tend to do with the High Elves, going instead for the Nets. Alright, so over here for Felkon, we're going to have all kinds of goofy build. In the air, we're going to have a massive air force consisting of Tiq'Taq'Teclis, a Skink Priest Lore of Heavens, which is going to be having wonderful Wind Blast and Harmonic Convergence. We're also going to have a Skink Chief on the Pterodon, and then the Pahawk's Sentinels, supported by 2 more Pterodon Riders for some missile support. On the ground, we are going to have 2 units of Skink Cohort with Javelins, and then all the way across the line, red-crested skinks, one of which is the cohort of Sotek, the Unbreakable Frenzy red-cresteds. At the core of this line, we're going to have 2 Bastillodons with the Arcs of Sotek. These guys are going to have that poison AoE. And then in the backline, we're going to have 2 Cold Wind Spear Riders to provide some of that AP anti-large support. So let's get the ball rolling here. And right off the bat, you can see the formations kind of just realigning to engage each other. Flamespire Phoenix looking to move out and contest these Pterodon Riders, but going to be taking some nasty poison missile fire from them pretty quick here. Fortunately, though, one of these Flamespire Phoenixes is going to be getting a nice little grab here on the Skink Priest, dropping some mean damage down to 2,000 HP already. Some skirmish support coming in as well. Net of Amantok going down on Tiq'Taq'Teclis, and these Sisters of Averlorn are just going to absolutely tear this guy apart, dropping lots and lots of HP damage, whittling away at him very quickly. But yeah, one Flamespire Phoenix already almost down to half HP just from the focused skirmish fire of these 3 Pterodon Riders, and he is going to be taking them back from those engagements and getting right into the rear of the Skink Cohort with Javelins. The Cold Wind Spear Riders moving up to try and get after these Flamespire Phoenixes, but WickD is going to be sending in his Silver Helms to kind of intercept that charge. Not the best engagement 1-to-1, but the infantry support for Felkon's Skinks has fled the battlefield. They are routing out and now beginning to rally. Meanwhile, the Silver Helms doing a wonderful job of supporting these Spearmen in their fights. And now that the Spearmen are free, they are going to be forcing off the Cold Wind Spear Riders. The Sisters of Averlorn are doing what they can to try and dump all of their shots into these Bastillodons, focus them down, ward off some of this Air Force, but Felkon is moving into the back. He is sending the Pterodon Riders straight into the Sisters of Averlorn, who do have spears, so they are going to be bonus versus large, but he's going to send all 3 units into a massive mob swarm against this 1 unit of Sisters. Tiq'Taq'Teclis is going to be dipping out of there as the Skink Priest comes in to back them up. So backline is very much compromised at the moment. Frontline has been pretty well wrapped up by Felkon. He's managed to break through these Spearmen with the support of the red-crested Skink Blobs. And in the air, Tiq'Taq'Teclis sitting at about 2/3 HP, and 1 Bastillodon very full HP. The other one down to a still pretty sturdy 3,000. But meanwhile, in the backline, Tiq'Taq'Teclis here is going to be rolling in to try and save some of his Lothern Sea Guard. And this massive blob in the back has the 2 Flamespire Phoenixes coming in and trying to terror rout him out with the support of the Silver Helms, doing a wonderful job of forcing them out of the fight. Sisters of Averlorn continuing to provide some supporting overhead fire, going after these Cold Wind Spear Riders who have now rampaged. And that welcomed the charge of the Silver Helms, because they diverted into the spears. But the countercharge coming in from another Cold Wind Spear Rider is going to be forcing that unit of cavalry off pretty quickly. Meanwhile, the other Silver Helm coming into the backline to support the Flamespire Phoenixes to try and save the Sisters of Averlorn, a very valuable unit with tons of ammunition left. But they are going to be desperately trying to focus down Tiq'Taq'Teclis, who has gone in on Tiq'Taq'Teclis here. But the cavalry is coming in to support. Tiq'Taq'Teclis down to 890 HP with Tiq'Taq'Teclis and his sword, rocking 2,500 and some mad stats. 448 weapon strength with 82 melee attack. Not bad at all. So Tic-Tac's in a rough spot right now, needs to get out of there, but the Flamespire Phoenix is pinned on the ground trying to support some of the outlying engagements. The other one rallying in the air. And yeah, I don't know. So far, balance of power is looking pretty good for the High Elves, but I'm not going to lie, it looks like Felkon's army just has a lot more left on the battlefield. We still have these red-crested skinks just absolutely tearing it up. Flamespire Phoenix dropping some bombs and doing a nice chunk of HP and model damage, and then coming in for the charges to try and obliterate these units and save these spearmen who are in brutal melee combat. And it looks like the Flamespires are going to be supporting to break up this engagement, routing out these skinks, and with that we are going to have the outlying cavalry taking a rear charge from the Flamespire and doing a little bit of damage there, allowing the Sisters of Averlorn to start dumping their shots into the sides of those guys and killing tons of models very quickly. Net of Amentok going down to tie them in place so that the Flamespires and the Sisters can do what work they need to do. But the Bastiladon, the Ark of Sotek, is waddling on in back here, going for some charge animation on this lone Silverhelm. But Sisters of Averlorn desperately trying to dump their shots in on this guy, take him out before he does too much damage. Flamespire Phoenix coming in to terrify some of the red-crested skinks in the back line, and the Flamespire here coming back with full HP. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's looking tough. There's still a lot of ammunition left here for the Skink Chief, who is going to be able to do some solid damage if he keeps just chipping away at basically anything he chooses. Some of these spearmen are beginning to rally in the background, but they're very damaged, very low on morale, and pretty far out of the fight. So right now, it's really going to come down to the Sisters here, and if they can do enough HP damage to the Pterodons and the Bastiladon. Fortunately for them, even in combat, they do have that bonus versus large. Sisters do have the spears, but, well, never mind. I completely lied. They don't have that. I'm totally full of shit. But, anyways, they are going to be sitting here. They do have great combat stats, so they'll be able to hold out pretty decently for a little bit of time, and they did a little damage here, chipping away at the Pterodons and some of the infantry. Unfortunately, we are going to be relying on the Flamespire Phoenixes to apply all of that wonderful terror, if they can. Some of the skink cohorts are routing out, and the balance of power is still in the High Elves' favor. So, yeah, it's looking like it's going to take quite a bit to take the Flamespires down. Teclis is still very healthy, and some of the infantry is rallied. So if he can bring the spears in, maybe start chasing some of this stuff off with the Flamespire Phoenix. They are pretty close to the map edge, so that could play to his advantage. WickD's, of course, having the fear and terror from the Flamespires. But, I don't know, that Bastiladon combo he's got here, the two of them left, it's going to be a lot to try and take down. The Pterodons here are going to continue to chase off what's left of the infantry fight. And, yeah, I don't know. The Skink Priest still has a little over half health. The Skink Chief still has some ammo. He's pretty darn healthy. And, yeah, I don't know. It's looking like it's going to be a hell of a fight here. Got this little monster mash blob going on right now. WickD going all in with the Flamespires, trying to bring something down, maybe terrify these Pterodons out so he can focus down some of the Bastiladon. But some red-crested skinks are going to be coming in, and they're going to provide some nice numbers to this mob that we have going on right now. But meanwhile, another unit coming in. The Javelins are rallying. The Skink Chief up ahead, continuing to fire some of those harassing poison shots. And the bombs coming in from the Flamespire Phoenix, ripping right across and forcing out all of the infantry support and some of the Pterodons as well. He's going to be terror routing those guys out, and a lot of them are going to shatter. So Pterodon Riders here about to be terrified as well. Bastiladon's going down to the fear, and then the Skink Priest is also running out. So a lot of stuff routing right now. Teclis and the Flamespire Phoenix are still in pretty solid health. If Teclis can chase out this Bastiladon and the Flamespire can maybe grab the Skink Priest, he could probably pull this out. The other Bastiladon is very, very low. The Skink Priest is going to be coming in after the Flamespire Phoenix to try and intercept him to save that Bastiladon because of its solid amount of HP left, 2,700. But he's going to be getting caught by Teclis, who is popping the Potion of Troy to give himself the regen and damage resist, and he's going to be dueling at the Skink Priest, who has procced Harmonic Convergence on himself. But some of the Pterodon riders coming into support to try and pin Teclis. Bastillodon does get escorted off the battlefield. And then we still have the Skink Chief up here doing his thing. Just kind of waddling about. Somewhere on the battlefield, Tic-Tac-Toe went down. But it's been a long while since that guy died. Skinks here going to be fighting Teclis for a little bit, but the real selling point is going to be whether this Flamespire Phoenix can manage to take down the Skink Priest and these Pterodons. But Skink Priest has Enfeebling Foe popped on him from Teclis, and it's looking like that could be the defining factor here. If the Flamespire is able to finish him off... Oh, yep. Oh, man. The Bastillodon trying to come back in. Skink Priest is running out, but the Bastillodon is barely stable on leadership. Flamespire Phoenix trying to pull out of there and stabilize. Going to be going in for a rear charge here, and that might just do the trick. That could end up forcing out the Bastillodon. Oh my god, he's sitting at no leadership. And there it is. There it is. The Fear Terror hits, and the Bastillodon is going to be running off with 703 HP left. Flamespire barely staying in the fight here at 474. But Teclis is going to be beasting it out with the Flamespire against the rest of these Pterodon riders, and he's going to quickly be diverting to go force off this Bastillodon. Once the Bastillodon is gone, that is the end for the ground units. So he pushes this guy off the battlefield. Pterodon's going to be getting escorted off by the Flamespire, and it is down to the Skink Chief and the Skink Priest to try and finish this fight. Flamespire Phoenix is going to run in. The only air unit left for our wonderful High Elves here, led by WickD. And he has nowhere to go, trying to get it out of there, but the Skinks on their Pterodons are very quick, managed to force it out. So it is going to come down to Teclis versus the Skink Chief and Skink Priest. Fantastic. I love it. So these guys are going to be coming in, swooping down, and we are going to be seeing a whole gaggle of stuff going down. Harmonic Convergence procced on the Skink Chief, but Enfeebling Foe as well, pretty much negating that entire buff. And then Teclis is going to be popping his Potion of Troy. Cold-blooded on the Skink Priest. So these guys are just dueling it out right now. The double Pterodons versus Teclis. What a game. Holy crap, this is so close. What are we sitting at right now? We've got 1,400 left with no regen for Teclis, down to 12. 2,400 and 301. So Teclis is looking like he's going to be taking out the Skink Priest any moment. And then, if he takes the Skink Priest down, he might be able to duel out the Skink Chief. Might be able to duel him out. He's just got to land a good hit. He needs one more good hit to just kind of kill him off. We'll see if he manages to get it. Oh my gosh, no. Man. So the Priest ends up routing, but then Teclis does too. And the Chief carries the day. Holy crap, what a close game. That's nuts. 682 and 505 on the losses. A lot of Skinks ending up routing. High Elves mostly fighting to the last. But yeah, Teclis being a beast. Flamespire Phoenix is doing some awesome work, helping a lot to terrify out the Skinks and some of the supporting units. But yeah, it was just a lot of leadership to get through. Between Tic-Tac-Toe, the Skink Priest, and the Skink Chief, that's 3 units with leadership buffs, running around, keeping your Skinks in the fight, saving your Pterodons, all that good stuff. Just kind of picking at things. The ammunition on the Pterodons did some pretty solid work on one of the Flamespire Phoenixes. Just chipping away at it early on, taking it down like a third of its health. But excellent, excellent game. Sisters were trying their best to do what they could, getting a lot of work done on one of the Bastillodons, as well as Tic-Tac and the Skink Priest, but just not quite enough. Not quite enough. I was really happy with the Silverhelm play, though. They were doing some great work the entire game, supporting important infantry engagements, as well as saving Teclis from getting sniped out by this goon squad we had going on. So, great game to WickD and Felkon. Hope to get some more games from these guys, because they always have nice ones with some interesting builds. Always switching it up on you. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.